Hello and welcome to Excellence Classes. I am Rahul Nandavani and today we are going to discuss the second last chapter of Introductory Microeconomics, which is Forms of Market. So before we begin, I request you to please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon for the latest video updates. So before jumping over to the forms of market, we have to understand first that what is a market. So market refers to all such systems or arrangements that brings the buyers and sellers in contact with each other to settle the sale and purchase of goods. So basically, in a nutshell, we can say that market is a place to buy and sell anything. Now on the basis of competition, the market can be categorized into two types. First one is perfect competition form of market and the second one is imperfect form of competition market. Perfect competition has no further categorization, but imperfect competition can be further categorized into three other forms of market. First one is monopoly form of market, second one is monopolistic form of market, and the third one is oligopoly form of market. So in this video, we will cover up perfect competition form of market, and in the upcoming parts, we will cover up the imperfect form of competition of market. Let's begin with perfect competition form of market. Perfect competition is a form of market where there are large number of buyers and sellers of a commodity. Homogeneous, or we can say that same kind of products is sold and its price is determined by the forces of demand and supply. Which means that if the demand will increase, the price will also increase and vice versa. Similarly, if the price of a commodity is higher, the seller will be willing to sell more of the commodity at a higher price and vice versa, which we have discussed in the previous chapters. An individual buyer or an individual seller has no control over the price. Now let's understand the features and implications of this form of market. First one is large number of buyers and sellers of a commodity. In the perfect competition form of market, the number of buyers and sellers are so large that the demand of an individual buyer is only a small proportion of the market demand for a commodity. Likewise, the number of sellers are so large that the supply of an individual seller is only a small fraction of the market supply. Accordingly, market price is not affected. It remains constant for an individual seller as well as the individual buyer in the market. Under perfect competition form of market, the shape of demand curve of a firm will be a horizontal straight line parallel to the x-axis due to the constant price. So in the figure given in this slide, you can see that the firm can sell any amount of the commodity at the existing price. It cannot influence the market price. Accordingly, a firm under the perfect competition is a price taker, not the price maker. Now the implications are, in this form of market, market price is given to a firm. A firm can sell any amount of the commodity at the given price, but it cannot influence the market price. Second implication is, in this form of market, firm's demand curve is a horizontal straight line or perfectly elastic. Elasticity of demand in this scenario will be horizontal straight line, which is infinite. Firms in this scenario are price taker, not the price maker. Second one is homogeneous product. Under perfect competition form of market, each firm in the industry sell the homogeneous, or we can say that the same product. A product is said to be homogeneous when each unit of it sold in the market is identical in shape, size, color, weight, or any other respect, so that the buyers do not find any difference in the product as sold by the different firms in the market. So it is the situation of 0 degree of product differentiation, which means that there will be no difference in the product sold by the different sellers in the market. It may also be called a situation where the market buyers find product of different firms as perfect substitute of each other. Perfect substitute of each other means that one product can be used in the place of other. There will be no difference. Due to the homogeneous product, there is no control over the price by a firm. Also, there is no need for selling cost because there is no need for advertisement due to product indifferentiation. Now its implications are homogeneous products leads to the uniform price in the market, and it is a logical statement because firms cannot charge different prices for same kinds of products, which leads to the uniform pricing. The second implication is because of zero degree of product differentiation, products of different firms in the industry are perfect substitutes of each other, which I have told you earlier that one product can be used in place of other with no difference. The third implication is because of zero degree of market control, the product price remains the minimum as determined by the market forces of demand and supply. The next feature is perfect knowledge. Under perfect competition form of market, buyers and sellers are fully aware of the prevailing price in the market, and they are also aware of the fact that homogeneous product is being sold in the market. Accordingly, producer cannot charge different price from different customers, due to which the opportunity of gaining higher profit through product differentiation is ruled out. Next feature is freedom of entry and exit of firms. A new firm is free to enter the industry, or an existing firm is free to leave it. But entry and exit of firms is only possible in the long period and not in the short period, because short period is too short for an existing firms to leave the industry, as well as it is too short for a new firm to join the industry. The implications of this feature are: first one is because of free entry and exit of firms, in the long run, firms earn only normal profits, which means that total revenue will be equals to the total cost, or we can say that average revenue will be equals to the average cost of a firm. This is how it works in case of extra normal profits are earned. New firms will join the industry, and when new firms will join the industry, market supply of the commodities will increase, and we know that due to increase in market supply, market price will fall and extra normal profits will be wiped out. Now in the case of extra normal losses, some of the existing firms will leave the industry and market supply will decrease, which further leads to the increase in market demand as compared to the market supply. Hence, market price will again rise. So extra normal losses will be wiped out. Second implication is during the short period, entry and exit of firms is ruled out. Therefore, a firm may operate under any of the following situations. First situation is normal profits, which is total revenue will be equals to the total cost, or we can say that average revenue will be equals to the average cost of a firm. Second situation is extra normal profits, which means that total revenue of a firm will greater than total cost of a firm, or we can say that average revenue of a firm will be greater than the average cost of a firm. The third and the last situation is extra normal losses. In this situation, total revenue of a firm will be lesser than the total cost of a firm, or we can also say that the average revenue of a firm will be less than the average cost of a firm. Next feature is independent decision making. There is no agreement between any two firms in the industry regarding the quantity to be produced or the prices to be charged. In other words, firms do not form trusts or cartels in this form of market. Accordingly, under perfect competition, there is maximum output and minimum price. Next feature is perfect mobility. Factors of production, which are land, labor, capital, etc., which are used in the process of production, are perfectly mobile, which means that they can be easily movable from one industry to another industry. So firms will move to those industries where they get higher prices. Accordingly, uniform factor prices prevail in the market. Now the last feature of perfect competition form of market is no extra transportation cost. Buying a commodity from one seller rather than other seller does not involve any extra transport cost, which further ensures that any producer is not able to charge higher price for the product. Only one price prevail in the market.